There she is, waiting for us, the beautiful Crystal Symphony.
The ship is very nicely decorated for Christmas. They really went all out. This is the scene that greets you as you enter the rotunda from the gangplank. This is the waterfall in the rotunda. It's very impressive. This is a big tree set up in the rotunda. Tonight, just before dinner, we're going to have tree lighting ceremony. This is another view of it from the upper deck looking down. This tree is set up in the casino. Well, what else would you have on a Christmas tree in the casino other than playing cards and dice and what have you? Well, it's time for the tree lighting ceremony, and where else do you spend that time but at a bar next to the tree?
Who would ever dream that I'd be sitting here in the rotunda of the crystal ship, having a drink, waiting for them to light the Christmas tree?
What better way to enjoy the lighting of the tree than sitting here having a drink with my honey? And we're also going to have singers serenading us, and it's going to be a beautiful evening.
Now, harmonics, by the way, this is just one of the many performances that are going to happen in this group. They'll be performing this evening at 9:30. Kicking off the show tonight at the Galaxy Lounge. So they'll have some music for you there. Thank you, Captain. Well, now we're at the time here. We hope you all have some chocolate, some glue, and a variety of holiday spirits they are serving also, by the way. We would now like to invite, once again, Harmonics back to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bruce Johnson is over here at the grand piano. And I'd like to also invite the Crystal Ensemble of Singers dancing up on stage. You have your songbooks. Are you a good voice? You have a little holiday spirit? You have a little holiday spirit?
It's a beautiful day, and we're going to go on a little tour down the river. We're going to see something called the Wedding of the Water. There's another sightseeing ship that is waiting for its passengers to take them someplace. Flo's sitting there waiting for me to join us so we can get going on the strip. This is our guide. He's a native Brazilian, and he's going to explain to us everything we're going to be seeing. Along the way, we passed this oil refinery. Five, 6 miles down the river, we come across this phenomena, which you see in front of us here, which is called the Wedding of the Water. We're on the Rio Negro, which means Black River, which is very acidic. The brown water you see in front of you there is the Amazon River, which is very alkaline. And for some strange reason, the two waters don't mix. They stay separate for a long way down the river. You're seeing this straight line as far as you can see. Of course, with all these boats out here going in and out between the two waters, they mess it all up and the straight line goes away. But as you can see, it is still separate. Eventually, as you go down the river, quite a few miles, the waters do start to mix and merge all into that brown water and continues down as the Amazon River. At this time of the year, which is the drought season, the river is really quite low. As you can see, the water level is way down. You'll see better in another slide. These islands you see here, when the water level comes up during the wet season, go underwater completely. Just the trees stick out of the water. These houses you see here are actually floating houses. They go up and down with the water. When the level goes up, the houses go up. When the water goes down, the houses go down. As you can see, all these houses are sitting on the ground because the water level is down. In about a month or two, when the water level comes up, they're all going to be up there floating on top of the water. The water level, when it's all the way up to full capacity, is up to just below that truck you see up there.
Hey, Flo, look at all those black clouds coming in.
Wow.
Did you see that?
Holy smokes, lightning.
I think there's a weather front moving in.
I think we're going to have a bad storm.
What are you doing?
It's magic.
But I don't see any magic.
Just wait a second. I can't believe it. It's fantastic.
Well, it's the next day, it's beautiful, and what better thing to do for lunch than to have an Asian buffet? All the waiters and the people that take care of us are all dressed up in these beautiful Asian shirts. They had all kinds of strange looking things all set up in these little cups. These are all kinds of little salads, anything you can imagine. And this is sushi bar. There are more sushi things here than you would ever seen before in your life. And what's an Asian buffet without this guy? Looks beautiful, doesn't he?
Some of this food I've had before, but some of it's a new experience for me, but it all tastes delicious.
And after you eat, if you haven't eaten enough, you go to the dessert bar.
It's not just the fruit and the dessert, but it's the way they present it. Makes it so delicious. That pastry chef back in the kitchen, he makes everything so artistic and so lovely and so sweet and so delicious. And so fattening too.
Well, we're back up in the Palm Court for our afternoon tea. And Flo is not having anything to eat, but I've got a scone with some jam and cream and strawberries, which is what I need after a nice big lunch. And wouldn't you know it, we also have some nice music playing for us over there. And they are. And this goes on every day. Here's the way the guy's serving scones. There you can see they really pamper us in this place. You know, as I said to Flo, this is what I expect when we go back home. You know that.
Oh sure.
Afternoon
I'd love
tea
to.
every day. Our next stop as we sail down the Amazon River to the ocean is this primitive Indian village called Boca da Valeria. These people live like they used to live 1,000 years ago.
This doesn't look like there's people living here, but we'll be surprised.
This is one of their ultra-modern yachts tied up at their fancy boat harbor. This place has more kids than people, all dressed up in their native garb, all looking for a handout.
What they were showing us was their children, some of them, all dressed up in their native garb.
This is their native artwork that they have and they're selling here. It really, some of it is not very bad. It's pretty nice.
This picture painting shows the way the people lived there.
This is one of the houses that they live in. You notice that everything is up on stilts. That's because when the river rises, then the water will be right up to the building. The only modern conveniences that these people have is electricity. Otherwise, there's no running water, no sewerage, no nothing. Hey Flo, how would you like to check into this 5-star hotel for the night?
Maybe something. I was reminded of these children. They're all coming up and running and taking your hand and hoping that you'll give them $1 or so. But we'd be broke before we got out of there if we stayed there overnight.
You have to admit, these houses are very fancy. I wonder how much they go for on the open market. These are the local fishermen. As you see, all they have here really is canoes. But I guess they're adequate for what they do. Well, we're getting ready to go back on our tender to go back on the ship. You can see the nice, beautiful pavements around here, how everything is very, very rustic. I wonder how much waterfront property goes for around here. Well, it's time for another buffet. This is what they call the Grand Buffet, and we're having it down in the dining room. As you can see, we're starting off with the bread table over here. There's all kinds of rolls, breadsticks, anything you can think of, it's here.
Here we have our salads. They always seem to put them in places where they just really show them off very, very well. Also very good. If you want to, you can just pick up a little sandwich that they've already done out in the kitchen, and really a variety of different ones.
On this station, they have shrimp, all kinds of shrimp. It's set in all different directions. They got crabs, they got whatever your little heart desires. This is the fruit table. They got all kinds of fruit you can imagine. And that, what you see in front of you, is a watermelon carved. It's pretty, isn't it?
Okay, so now here we come to a watermelon that's made like a sailboat. Really cute.
And besides all this nice, beautiful stuff, we have music. What better way to enjoy your buffet than sitting and listening to music?
And there's Flo, sitting at a table, enjoying her lunch with a beautiful view of the ocean outside. What could possibly be lovelier?
Well, we arrived at our next destination, which is Rio de Janeiro. Unfortunately, the pilot that's going to bring us into the harbor is late, so we have to sit out here and wait for him. In the meantime, I'm going to take a few pictures. This is Copacabana Beach, and those are some of the hotels and buildings that's behind there. Some are condos and some are just hotels. Now you're looking at a hotel, but this is Ipanema Beach, because Ipanema Beach and Copacabana Beach are right next to each other. This is Sugarloaf Mountain. This is where we're going to tomorrow to see the sights from up above. Our pilot just arrived and the ship is now ready to go into harbor. This is how you get up to the top of Sugarloaf, by cable car. And there it is, an ultra-modern cable car. We're just about ready to get into it.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get going.
Well, here we go, up and up.
Boy, you really get a bird's eye view from up here. These houses look little, but they're probably pretty big.
Well, here's a plane coming in for a landing. And there he is, safe and sound on the ground.
The scenery from up here is just beautiful.
I found somebody to take a picture of Flo and I. Do you see that mountaintop behind us, that little thing that looks like a cross? Well, I'll tell you about it in the next slide. This is the cross of Christ. It's another trip that we could have taken, but why go up there to see it when I can see it very nicely from over here? Well, that's as big as I can make them.
Well, there's a plane coming in for a landing. Let's watch and see how he's doing. Well, that landing strip up there hardly looks big enough for him to land on. If he overshoots this thing, he's going to wind up in the water.
I'll go right through that thing.
Well, looks like he made it safe and sound.
This is Fortuna Beach. They have a beautiful beach, of course, and then they have these lovely condos and hotels that you can spend your vacation in. Very nice.
This eagle was in one of the gift shops up there, and man, he looks like he's ready to take off. Now we're out at the end. This is the one beach where all the hang gliders come in for a landing. You'll be seeing them as we go on here.
Piece of cake! Right. Who wanna do it?
You know, Flo, with $65, these people will pick you up to the top of this cliff, strap you into one of these gliders with an experienced pilot, and then you step off the cliff and you soar like a bird. Don't you think that's a good idea? You might want to try something like that.
Do you think I'm losing my mind? Or do you think I'm crazy?
Well, no, but you know, it's an experience that you'll never do again. I mean, just think about it. Soar around like a bird. Wouldn't that be fun?
Some experiences don't appeal to me.
Oh, well. Well, anyway, you know, it takes about 2 hours to do this little routine to bring you up and sail you down. And, you know, I don't think our bus would wait for us for 2 hours. But, you know, well, maybe next time that we come back here, we can try it. What do you think?
Well, if you think that's what we should do, we'll do it, okay?
Okay. Looks like this guy is going to be setting up for his landing very shortly. Let's see how he goes. Yep, he looks like he's on his final approach. He's coming in. Look at this. Look how nice that is. And you see, he's going to pull up there, stop, and drop. It's another safe landing. Isn't that
This
great?
is my Ipanema girl. You know, Ipanema Beach and Copacabana Beach are right next to each other. And when you have a camera with a 24:1 zoom, you can take a picture of these people, and they have no idea what you're taking a picture of.
I'd say she's a really cute girl. But then after all, she's just got the shape and the outfit to put on to wear and look nice in. Whereas over here in America, I think I've seen some pretty big slobs, but Brazilian girls are different. And here we are at the Ipanema Beach. But you know what? We left our bathing suits at home and we didn't have a chance to change into one.
This was our mode of transportation on this tour, a Volkswagen bus. And here's Flo sitting at this lovely beach under this nice yellow umbrella, enjoying a drink and enjoying the sunshine.
What a day. Every day has been so wonderful, and just you can't believe the beautiful scenes that we've seen, and we can't complain about any part of our trip.